Yeah, back to this
There you
shit.
go.
Back into this shit.
Predator territory, apparently.
Man, I guess another
Here,
trailer for Predators has come out, or The Predator, I mean.
yeah.
I have not watched it yet, but I've seen the thumbnail of a mutated Predator, and I don't think I want to watch it.
I watched the first trailer they put out, and it looked ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I watched the first trailer, and I'm pretty sure it played during Deadpool, too. But... yeah, just the whole opening with the kid.
I know, like,
I'm like,
little kids
come
don't do that.
Oh, God, come on.
That looks really stupid.
Yeah, it looks dumb,
was
and why is
dumb.
he just like, smashing the mailbox?
Like, I don't even remember us doing that. Like,
No.
we were little kids.
I remember getting ridiculous with,
We
with
were
some
much
Legos and shit.
louder. And
Yeah, we had actual stories with our shit. It wasn't, our stories were much more complex than.
also on top of that, the kid is like 11.
Yeah, way older. Than
So, like,
should be playing
older
with
than a
that
kid
shit.
who would be doing that with their toys.
Fuck that
so
kid.
It's like, no. That's a kid from Room.
It's like,
But- So,
we should be.
Jeez Louise.
We're assassins. We kill people.
I know.
I mean,
it's-
shouldn't the government already be afraid of us?
It's really disappointing so far because I had a lot of hope in
I know, because it wasn't the dude who was in the original.
now I'm forgetting his name when I need to know it. Something
Dude,
Black.
Shane Black. Yeah.
Shane Black,
And the
yeah.
dude who did, fucking Iron Man 3 on Blu-ray.
Yeah. And he was in obviously he was
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
in the first Predator.
Jeez, you have a big
the
pussy.
original Predator. And so, like, I had a lot of hope with him with this, but then the whole thing about it being like Predator, they've been jumping from planet to planet collecting DNA.
Yeah,
well, one,
you
how
get-
the fuck do they know that?
You get kind of ridiculous.
How the fuck do they know these aliens
That's such a stretch.
come to our planet and somehow we automatically know that, oh, these guys aren't just like this. They're going to every other planet and, like, stealing DNA from
Because
other...
Gary Busey got all the fucking juicy information.
Jake Busey. Because Jake Busey's going to be in this, which is the one thing that I'm like,
Wait,
that's
is he
kind of
really?
neat. Yeah.
Okay,
And
I
he's
didn't
playing
know
the
that.
son of Keyes,
Is it like...
Peter Keyes.
Wait.
This is technically a direct sequel
I was
to
gonna
Predator
say,
2.
is it the dude from... Wow, I wonder how many people appreciate that.
Jake Busey is...
Is he the one from Starship Troopers, or is
Yeah.
he Gary Busey's other son?
No, it's Jake Busey. Same.
Because I know Gary Busey has another son who's
I-
actually still a kid.
Wouldn't know anything about that. Oh, that's right. Yeah, like, well, he's probably still a kid like forever ago, but
No, I'm pretty
No,
sure
this
he's still
is-
a kid
this is-
now.
this
He's
is
like
Jake
not that
Busey.
old. He's just like 9 or 10, maybe.
nope. But for the
Yeah.
100th time, yeah, Jake Busey.
Okay,
And he's
Jake Busey.
playing the son of Peter Keyes, so he's playing the son of his dad's characters.
Yeah, that's I'm okay with that.
It's an interesting idea. I don't know but then still, so like
And then Donald Glover's gonna play Danny Glover's son.
Jesus Christ, that would be hilarious
Yeah, I know.
and fitting.
Uh,
But
he's Lando, and Lando's pansexual.
we're not going to get into this again right now. Saving it for
Pandering.
another Star Wars
Pandering.
thing. Meandering.
The Predator is trans.
Apparently now they are. They're not just one species. They're fucking, as I'm putting it, they're just predator junkies. They're going to other planets, taking DNA from other aliens, and then injecting it straight into their own system. And
One of the
supposedly
Predator
it's
comes-
making them like super predator and
When
shit.
the Predator comes to Earth and he's in a fursuit.
God damn it. On all levels except supposedly whatever physical. I am a wolf.
I gotta
But
deal
anyway.
with these clowns.
Can't you just shoot the thing out from the... Yeah. That's the funny way of doing it.
Suck this.
Straight Arnold Schwarzenegger-ing that. So... Where was I going with this? Yeah, it's a goofy-ass idea. I'm not really a big fan of it. I don't know why we can't just do the classic just
I
Predator
don't know why
coming
you
here
gotta.
and
I don't know why you gotta elaborate
fucking
so
shit
much.
up. Why do you gotta
Makes
make it seem... Because that's what they seem like they're doing. They're just junkies and they're having like a bad trip coming to Earth and just fucking everybody up. Just because this kid has a bunch of their tech, which I'm like, that can't be the tech from Predator 2 that was dropped because it looks
Yeah.
nothing like that stuff. Because
Yeah.
so one thing I talk about a lot that I don't think anybody ever talks about is the look of the Predator, like the style of the Predator between all the movies, and how like
Especially
Predator 1
and
it has
2.
like a classic, just futuristic armor look to it, while in Predator 2 it was more tribal. Like it has
and his entire fucking like his real face was like way more.
A lot more patterns, horns, everything. Like I love the look of the Predator more in Predator 2.
Yeah, he's just,
than in the first one. Like
color
they're just
and
more
everything.
hard ass looking and like.
Don't see me.
I just,
don't
again,
see
I
me,
love.
Don't see me. Don't see me. Don't see.
Tribal stuff is like an aesthetic for me with like this kind of stuff. And so yeah, and then this one has more of that, like they're going back to like a future. It has this like look that I don't like that they've been doing. They did it in Predators, where it's a slick futuristic look. Like everything looks like just smooth and flat. And I don't know how else to describe it because it's just not my thing. Like it's just.
Yeah, I like more ridges and like more texture and design.
Yeah, and that's not what they're doing. So that's what it looks like. They've gone back to that look.
Very basic. Very what most like.
Haha.
Just,
Does it look like you're holding a Luger?
Corporations. It does kind of.
But
they smooth out the design. Like Windows used to be a flag, now it's like just a fucking square.
Yeah.
You guys look silly.
So yeah, I'm not really digging the way they look anymore.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. Like I would want it to be good, but I don't have much hope.
This is one of the few movies where I will, because it's like, that's the example of the one time you will drag me to a bad movie and make me watch it, because that's what I mean. I went and saw Predators with Dad in theaters.
Yeah, no, I saw that one.
And kind of ragged on it as I was going, but I appreciated the little things Rodriguez did. Like the references he made, but like some of the references were obviously, again, forced. They were just jammed in there, and I was like, "This is stupid." Like quoting, doing the over here thing, and I'm like, "Really? Don't just like straight up quote a movie that isn't like connected."
Yeah, if you can't do it in a way that fits with the story that you're actually doing, right? Like it's gotta fit with the fucking.
But
own thing on its own.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna touch on. So like Rodriguez, what he was doing, and what I feel like they're doing with this new one, is they're touching on like a subplot that people don't really know shit about unless you follow like the figures. Because when Kenner was releasing like the Predator figures, like the original Alien and Predator figures, he put stories, like they put stories to the toys, like so there was a plot line with those. And then obviously NECA remaking them kept that stuff. Like they kept it alive. So with the toys, they're in their own like universe of like Predator. It's not the same universe as the movies, but it has the same characters. So it's like, like the Alien figures, they still have like all the characters from Aliens that like, even though they're dead, they're in the little comics that came with like the Alien figures and stuff. So like, there's a little sub universe where they're all alive again, and they're going from planet to planet, killing aliens and stuff.
So that's why the
and
question
Ripley's
of like
with them,
how
she's
many
helping
fucking alternate universes you have. It's like,
and then same thing with the Predator one. So like in the Predator universe, they have the Predator, the regular ones, and then they have the Super Predator, which are like. So, they talk about in Rodriguez's Predator, so it's like the way the guy describes it, he's like,
I care so much about the Super Predator.
You got the Predator,
having things
you got the super regular hunters, and then you got the bigger ones, like the bigger, stronger ones. They hunt the little ones, and I'm like, I fucking hate that, but that is a thing. It is a thing with the toys.
It's so silly. It's so silly when you just name things like it's bigger and it's super.
So yeah, so they got like the Super Predator, which are bigger, and then like one of the figures I own, it's the Ghost Predator. He's a hunter of Super Predator. So like there's tales amongst the Super Predator tribes that they fear this one because he hunts them and he kills them and shit. And he's the Ghost because he's like, he doesn't you don't see him until he strikes, and then he's also pale.
No,
it's a cool figure. interesting story, but at the same time, I still hate it.
Yeah, that's what I am. Glad
So I
that,
feel
like
like that's
the
what they're
Naked
doing
Figures have
with
been
this
like
one.
just going ahead and going with the kind of out there stories that not everybody knows. Because I love the fucking RoboCop Terminator figure that I've got.
Yeah.
I love that they did that.
Yeah.
Those are comics that
I knew when I
feel
saw
like
that, I was like,
nobody's-
oh,
I feel
that's
like-
what I'm getting for a late birthday or late Christmas. I forget. I think
Yeah,
it
I
was
feel
for
like
late Christmas.
fucking nobody's actually heard of before, and I constantly bring that stuff up in like Terminator debates because it has a good point as far as like the fucking time travel goes, where
Yeah.
like why Terminator 3 doesn't work because she's a different Terminator that can make weapons out of her body, but they state in Terminator 2 that the T-1000 is the most, like upgraded, the most recent model of Terminator, and they can't make projectile weapons.
Yeah.
They can only make like physical weapons and shit, swords, shit like that.
Well, because obviously she wasn't like liquid
Yeah,
like he
it's
was.
just
She
quick
was.
better.
She
It's
could like
very
rearrange
restricted.
her shit and become
And
a gun.
if they killed the Terminator timeline and shit and prevented that from happening, even if it didn't work, but it changed part of the future, like in the Terminator RoboCop. Oh fuck!
Who is it? Oh,
Freaking
okay. Haha.
in the Terminator RoboCop timeline and
Ah.
shit, they show like the possibility of somebody changed the past and it's affecting the future, and the Terminator like, oh shit's changing. We gotta do something real quick before everything's too late. So they send back 3 more Terminator to prevent RoboCop from being killed because his technology allows Terminators to being like
Even
built
better.
in their final form. The RoboCop technology allows Terminator technology to exist. And it's like they had just such a short amount of time when it's like, oh shit, something senses time's changing. Terminator's about to stop existing pretty much.
Yeah.
They sent back 3 regular Terminators. And in the Terminator movie universe, it would make sense that they would only be able to send back maybe another T-1000 or like a few of those in T-100s, but not an all-new Terminator that didn't exist before they sent
Yeah.
back the most recent model. It just doesn't really make sense. Yeah, suck on that.
Jeez.
It's theirs.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know if they're.
They're
they
watching
playing it?
Bridesmaids.
Oh, okay. So they're freaking out over.
Yeah, isn't that movie pretty long?
I don't know.
I imagine
I know
it'll
nothing
definitely
about
be
it.
playing long after we're done with this because we're almost on 2 hours now. I'm pretty sure.
Yep, we gotta wrap it up probably now.
So, yeah, there's still a little bit more to this mission, so I'm cool with.
What the
shit.
fuck?
Whoop.
Wow. I just saw all those guys spawn.
I know they just came out of fucking nowhere. This is where I was the last time I was playing this, where I'm like, oh, you guys want to kill me? It does.
We can- we could hear you.
much.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we're not like giving you shit, but we could hear you.
How's the game so far?
So you
We're wrapping up
got
like
the
right now.
bugs, but you got the touch.
You okay with fried rice for
Don't get
Well,
me
hell yeah.
wrong. Yeah, I think you're alright, but that grenade doesn't keep me warm in the middle. Of the
Well, that don't impress me much.
okay, I think that's all of them. Somebody hit a grenade, but I don't.
Well, it blew up.
Oh, where is he?
Who, Rodrigo Bronco?
Come on, man, you're not impressing me much. Hiding. Sure,
there he is.
you got the balls, but do you got the touch? Don't get me wrong. I thought you were doing all right, but that still won't keep me warm in the middle of the night.
God damn it, dude. Shut the fuck up now.
All right, I guess it's a good place to stop.
Yep. All right. So that last little tidbit of a discussion, I got an idea. I'm gonna see.
Try to do Predator Concrete Jungle.
No.
Yeah.
Well, the emulator works.
Because
So maybe.
even that game though has some lore that makes sense for like how they could make a sequel to the second movie.
I was gonna say Isolation.
But Oh, yeah.
Do you have that? You have that on Steam. Though,
Yeah, and I
so
barely got that game started because I figured it would be better to play with like other people around.
I'll borrow the copy from Dylan unless he also wants to join in with us on that.
Yeah. In the meantime, I'm gonna see if I can do this. I need a water. Okay. I guess I can't jump in the water.
Nope, doesn't look like it.
I tried.
All right.
Because Max has leathery skin. He looks thirsty.
Well, that's it for this session.
Fuck you, Max.
Unlike Max here, stay hydrated.
Yeah, it is Max and his leathery fucking asshole skin. See you later.